violent. That's what we show, not private. Better keep to yourself, stay silent. If it come to the wealth, get violent. Start riots, violent. This why my money.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 17 of the Out of Pocket podcast. You got the three dudes today. Kyle, Matt, Trevor, back again, bringing you some more bowling-related content. How's it going, fellas? How you been?
Good, man.
Busy week, man.
Yeah, I bet.
Ready for the tour?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys got pretty big week coming up to prepare for. What have you guys been doing to get ready for the U.S. Open next week?
Laundry.
I mean, same.
For real though, I actually am doing laundry right now. Just getting on the lanes a little bit here and there, right? Some practice, some league. Make sure you're staying sharp. Getting all my ducks in a row travel-wise. Kind of less tournament prep, more season prep.
I did. We're gone for a long time, so there's a lot of stuff you got to get ready before you go. I know I've gotten a haircut, a massage, an oil change, and bought some clothes. So, yeah, a lot of, like, off-the-lane stuff. Get ready for being gone for 3 months, which is quite a bit.
Well, that's a pretty good point then, Trevor. Like the off the lane stuff that you kind of do to like prep and get yourself prepared, it kind of carries over to the on the lane. No, kind of like a look good, feel good, bowl good type thing.
For sure. The massage was pretty important. Couldn't get one 2 weeks ago, so I had to line one up for last week. Cause dude, you gotta have your back feeling good, and with the haircut, I don't want hair all up in my ears, so I had to trim it up,
Right.
a little closer. But yeah, you gotta look good and feel good, so that you have some confidence. I
Definitely.
truly believe that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm trying not to feel rushed the next 3 days. It's kind of the biggest thing.
That's pretty new for you, eh, Matt?
Facts, bro. I live off being rushed, so maybe I should. I'm trying to make sure I don't do it for this one. It's ironic because we'll be rushing. I'm actually going to Vegas this weekend and flying out from there, coaching the kiddos. So that'll be fun. So ideally, I have everything taken care of for the tour by tomorrow, and then I can just coach and on our way.
Right. No. So you said coaching the kids. You said you've been having a pretty good year with the ASU team. Is that correct?
Yeah, we won. Wasn't the Devils duel? I forget which one was on Sunday. Maybe the Lope Open, one of the two. But we won our second event of the season. Yeah, exactly. Lope's up. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so we won our second tournament, and I solo squatted that one. So just me helping out the varsity. Shout out Dave Leverage. He helped out with our JV. They had a blast. But we won on Sunday, so that was really fun.
That's sick. Try and carry that over into Vegas this weekend. Which tournaments are they? It's not the Glenn Carlson, right? Because those are like the December ones in Vegas.
Which one is this one? Good question. Maybe the LVI, I want to say. To be determined. I'll come back to that one.
Yeah. Coach of the Year doesn't even know the tournament that's coming up.
Oh no, it's the Rebel Classic and the Sin City Open.
Hosted by UNLV, right?
Yes, or whoever is representing UNLV. It's been a bit of a mess getting this one scheduled, but we're on.
Sweet.
So, question as far as the college thing goes. The teams from my side of the country go out there as well, or is it more of just like a regional
For the
style?
tier ones, they only come out for the tier ones. The tier twos, it's just not worth enough points. Like they can bowl a local tier 2 and get more points.
So
the
like
West
Weber, LMU, all these kind of colleges are going out there?
I don't think this one's a tier 1. Could be wrong.
The-
If it's tier 1, they'll be there. If not, then they won't.
Yeah, those schools, they go out for the December ones for sure, like the Glenn Carlson and the other one, because those are tier ones, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we see Weber, Wichita, all those schools there.
Okay.
Pretty exciting time for college bowling. Now's the time where all the schools start getting together and buckle down for like sectionals and ITCs, etc. And then the NCAA teams for the women's. They have their like region championships coming up soon for like the big one in March. So lots to look forward to on the college bowling side. I'm sure we'll touch more on that in the future as we start getting down to the nitty gritty. Hopefully get some people on to discuss like more of the atmosphere of college bowling and how it goes and how it differs from tournament bowling, like individual, etc.
Yeah, everything for the year is pretty much prep for sectionals. So hoping we have a strong year at sectionals. Team's done a lot better this year. So looking forward to it.
Sweet. So I will use this time to say, if you are not already, please check out our social medias, YouTube, subscribe, like, comment. That helps us out a ton in the algorithm. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So all these social medias help us grow a little bit. We appreciate you if you are already following, and if you're not, feel free to tell a friend. Let them know about us and help us grow a little bit. We got some good plans for the tour coming up, so check us out. #ad.
Yeah, for real. But,
So I was gonna ask you. We got the U.S. Open coming up. What are your guys' travel plans for the tour? I assume you guys are just making one big trip and staying out there to bowl everything.
yeah, it's pretty much
Yeah,
the
me and
goal.
Zweig were just talking about it a little bit before the pod, but I know I'm actually driving. I'm leaving tomorrow, so a little early. We have Team Brunswick practice Saturday. PTQ on Sunday that I'm just going to be watching, and then practice session Monday. But yeah, I'm driving the whole thing, and I think for me it's like a month away, a week back home, a month away, 5 days back home, and then like half a month away. But yeah, I'll probably drive the whole thing except for to Wisconsin. I feel like that's just too far. I think I'm just going to fly.
From the
I
very
don't-
bottom of the country all the way up to the very top of the country.
Yeah, I just don't want to be out there and then have to drive like either home or somewhere else because that's the World Series. So I could just have some balls on the truck and then fly with 6, and then of course drill some out there. I think I'd be fine.
Right. What about you, Matt? What's your travel planning looking like?
Well, I'm flying out to Indy from Vegas, so I'm leaving my car with some family in Vegas. Fly out to there and then be driving around the whole time with a couple fellas. So, and then Airbnb-ing it up with some very interesting fellas.
Some hooligans, to say the least.
Yeah.
So do you want to go down the list and rattle off some names, or
No, I don't want to confirm. I don't want to lock anybody in case they cancel.
okay?
We'll be posting some content, so I'll leave it a surprise.
Yep.
I feel that.
Yeah. Speaking of content, I think I was thinking of something to do in all the downtime because we kind of have a lot of downtime on the road. I think just generating content is going to be cool, whether it's on lane stuff, off lane stuff, probably a lot of off lane stuff, and kind of keep a day to day in the life kind of thing going on. Maybe on TikTok or YouTube, stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of people don't really know like a bowler's true like day to day. Like, I mean, we get some vlogs and stuff, and we see like what goes on, but we don't know like from the second they wake up to all the way down to when they go to bed. So you miss out on a lot of the good stuff for sure.
Yeah, and when it came to last year, I kind of didn't want to do a day-to-day vlog just because I'm like staying with a few guys and I don't necessarily want to have a camera in their face first thing in the morning. So obviously you could do something just by yourself, but I was like, I don't know if I want to film the guys when they're just at the crib because they might not like that. But I have been planning what type of content I want to put out this year. I do have a YouTube channel and it does pretty well when I post, so I think mine's gonna be more of not necessarily on the lanes, but all bowling related. Getting to the bowl, showing the patterns, showing the who's crossing with who sheets. But yeah, I've been planning out what type of content I want to put on my channel, and I know like with the downtime, I'm gonna be practicing between tournaments, probably at a local center that's not hosting the PBA. So a few live streams, some other type of things, but
There's a center in Michigan we got to practice in. One where
All right.
you can pop the 710 like every time. I can't remember where it is now, but I know it's in Michigan.
I'm definitely down for that.
Like you can be 100% at the 710 in that center. I'm convinced.
I don't think I would. I throw it a little slow. I mean, I did make one New Year's Day, didn't I?
I was
Duster?
literally gonna say, yeah, I watched you make a 710 at one of my
Yeah.
local centers, so clearly you're capable.
Which center?
Forest.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Not bad.
the kick
Forest Hills Drive.
Forest Hills Drive lanes. Shout out J. Cole. No, what's funny though is I'm actually still really bitter, and I don't want to hear you guys talk about popping the 10 out because I've only made the 710 once in my life, and I didn't even get to see it. I was so convinced.
around.
I was convinced I threw the spare shot so bad it was in the gutter, and I turned around and all I heard was clapping, and I was just like, "Fuck that, man!" Like I already knew. I even asked. I was like, I had to have like barely clipped it, right? Like kind of like rash spared it at the TOC that one year, and he's like, "Nope, you double tapped the 7 straight into it." Damn. So, I think Belmo's only spared it like once or twice in his life, if I remembered correctly. So, not a very good spare for the two-handers.
I
yeah.
left it 3 times in his life. I actually picked it in practice a couple weeks ago. I called it in front of the guys. I was like, because we have one kid on the team who throws it Mach 1000 at his spares, and I was like, "All right, this one's for you, man. Throw it, run it out." It was just dead aced. Pop out of the back, double tap, like perfect. It was sick.
Definitely very
Of course, the one time
satisfying.
we don't video it because we video every 710 shot because you never know. So I don't video that one.
It
Picks.
actually surprises me how like excited people get for a 710. Like more than anything else, people love to see 710 spares, which I get kind of, but
Well,
I
I'll
think
say.
it's a little overblown.
Well, look at it like on a PBA TV show perspective. There's been like 33, 34, however many now 300s on TV, but the 710's only been spared 4 times. But I guess you got to look at
feel
the
that.
numbers. Like, there's more chances to shoot 300. Like, every new game's a chance to shoot 300, but there's probably not going to be that many 710s throughout the course of a TV show.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
it
there are
crazy
some
that it's-
tougher spares though.
Yeah, like 4.6. 4.6 is harder.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't know if I've ever
you-
made a 4.6.
I'm saying, I think 4.6 is the hardest.
Yeah, I've never spared that one. I've never spared that. I've never spared the big 4.
I mean,
I've got the
8.10
big
because it's
4.
harder to get that angle.
I've spared the 810 out of the 2 810 plenty of times, shooting it back up, where the 8 just falls into the 10 and I don't get the 2.
Maybe the 4.6 is more makeable because you could, in theory, do that.
Yeah.
It's different.
You
I
can
was
slide
gonna
it over, yeah.
I've seen it before where some girl literally just like hit the edge of the 6 and it just boop straight into the 4 and it felt like that. Like
Yeah.
on some unbelievable shit.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious what the hardest would be then. 7.10.
No, it's
Well,
not
I know
the
for me-
710.
I know for me, I've made the 2.810 only one time. Obviously, I'm not like I can't do the backup at it. I could, but I suck at it. I made it one time, just like helicoptering the pin over, and the Greek church is the one that I've never made.
Really? Okay.
Ever.
Whoa, so this is a perfect time to ask the question, and I want to know what the listeners think too, because it's obviously a very controversial question. You need to spare the Greek church to win the tournament. Are you shooting the 2 or are you shooting the 3?
2.
Yeah, you've got to shoot at the 2.
Win? If you need 5, you shoot the 2.
I've
Here's
You
the
should
thing,
always
bro.
shoot the 3.
I shoot at the 3 and I get 4 a lot of times. I get the 3 on the right and the 7 pin a lot. And people
Yeah.
think it's close, but it's not that close. Like I know I'm gonna get the 7, but not the 4.
Yeah, you have to have the
And
perfect clip off the 9 pin to get it in between the 4-7, so it pops forward off the 7. It's like crazy sequence.
I'm a numbers guy. I trust the science. Statistically speaking, if you shoot the 3, you only gotta send the pin across to hit 2 of them. But if you go for the 2, then you need your pin to hit 3 of them. So I feel like it's easier to knock down 2 pins with a flying messenger than there is 3. But
yeah, but that's just numbers. That's not actually statistically
Yeah, that's
how
saying you
easy
should
or
go for the
hard it
count.
is.
it is for me because I've spared it 3 times shooting the 3, and I've never spared it shooting the 2. I
That's
think
fair. I've never shot at the 2, so I always go for the 3 and I just get 4.
that's incredibly disciplined of you, to be honest.
The real question is, why are we getting 5?
Right.
I know why. Because every lane bed hooks at your toe.
That's a good point.
Sounds like what we're looking forward to this year.
How about some oil and some new surfaces? That would make me very happy.
Yeah, let's bowl at Via Linda.
The U.S. Open? Question mark.
Dude. Oh my god. The US Open at like the 3 Sun City houses.
That would be horrible. You would have to average 254 at Lakeview, and you'd have to average 198 at R.H. Johnson.
Yeah.
Unless
Exactly.
the purple hammer's in play, then you'd have to average 248 because that ball just fucking runs over R.H. Johnson. Actual cheat code.
Would be pretty nice houses to do it in though. They're very spacey. I couldn't fit stands in there though.
Yeah, and the old people would probably be upset that they wouldn't be able to bowl league for a week. No disrespect to the senior citizens, but I don't think they'd want to give it up for a week. Although, of course,
We'd
it
have to
is
go
a
play pickleball or something.
pickleball. We could get Russ in on the pickleball.
Dude.
You should put the US Open or Fountain Bowl though. That'd be great.
Where's that
And then
at?
hit Earl Center.
Fountain Valley, California. It's about 30 minutes from me. It's where Barry Asher's shop is, and I believe Baker used to do lessons out of there.
Okay.
It's a beautiful center.
Yeah, it used to be home for the Dick Weber Open. They had the
they
U.S.
had
Open
shows
there
there and
in like 2004 or something, a long time ago. But
I don't know. I think, I think it would be better in California than in Indy because it's going to be so damn cold there.
Exactly.
it is
Southern
sunny and
Cal.
75 as of yesterday and today, and you guys are going to not sunny and probably 25.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up weather in Indy right now.
Oh, Simo sent it to me earlier. It's pretty damn cold there.
10-day forecast. Here we go.
Because the thing with Simo is he's from Texas and now he lives in Vegas, so it's like he ain't used to that snow either, just like me.
All he knows is a dry heat.
That's got some chapped lips 24/7.
We get in. I
What
get
are
in
you though, Mr. Chapstick?
No,
over
I
here.
literally said, yeah, let me grab my little plus
31
text and mango.
degrees, 24 degrees, 26 degrees, 28, 28, 31. Some snow showers on Tuesday. That's cool. Snow showers.
I should be a meteorologist. I pretty much just nutted the weather for the next week.
Who would have thunk it was going to be cold and possibly snowy in Indy at the beginning of February? Too good, kid.
Stranger things have happened, man. Once they turn the weather machine on and just get rid of the snow and it's 60 degrees out.
We're talking about the whole HARP system.
Sure, I know what you're talking about, but we don't gotta go into
They
details.
do control the weather.
They.
Somebody decided that we're about to get some cold weather.
God, it is going to be so. There's no 30-degree temps. It's not even 30. It's 20.
Maybe you're looking it up Celsius.
No, it has Celsius next to the. So I know I'm not missing that. It's just gonna be cold. Oh well.
So
Michigan's better.
we kind of I briefly mentioned the purple hammer. There's a new purple hammer out, quote unquote new. I'm sure it's the same ball, but a new colored pin. New urethane rule by the PBA Tour this year that's going into effect.
They put a new color pin on the legal ones.
Yeah, because
Purple pin.
what's the rule now? Is it has to be made in the year 2023 to be legal for urethane?
No, so
August
after
1st.
August 1st, yeah. So the ones that I have right now are a green pin, and the new ones have a purple pin. And it also, I mean, it applies for the other brands too, and they actually just sent out an email on what the legal urethanes are for the next year.
Yeah,
So,
there's only what 6 for the whole tour.
yeah, I mean, Storm has 3, we have 1, Motive has 1, and Swag has 1.
Yeah,
So, like, we can't throw the Attitude Control, Double
Double
Cross,
cross.
Pink Widow, none of those. Straight
Wow.
purple.
That's sounds like a bit of a controversial move by the tour at that point when you put it that way.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely something that's gonna ruffle some feathers. But I think all brands have kind of adjusted accordingly. Just from what I've heard about other brands, and I think everybody that bowls this tournament's gonna feel okay with the urethane options they have.
So, Matt, question for you though. Do you have any of the new urethanes, or are they just sending them to the tour for you?
So yes and yes. I have a 23 pitch black. I think January 23, obviously January. Pitch black. So I'm good there. And then I think I'm gonna drill one too when I'm there. But I'm kind of like I'm specifically in a different case because I throw 16, and a couple guys that threw 16 either aren't bowling the tour or dropped in weight. So it might be just me, or maybe just me and someone else that throws 16. They're probably they probably just threw a case on there and it'll be good to go.
Oh yeah, Matt's drilling a lot this year.
Yeah,
He got
bro.
the
I
whole
have,
truck
like,
to himself.
I have a lot of different balls in the truck ready to go.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, because Norm isn't bowling. There was 5. I think there was 5. Oh no, Cooley. Cooley's the other one.
Wanka.
Yeah, me, Cooley, and then I think Stu dropped in weight. Right?
I believe so. I believe Stu's in
I think
15 now.
yeah, he might be in 15. Norm retired. And I don't know if Karsten is bowling the tour this year. Karsten Hansen. He was the other 16. So that was it.
What are you gonna do when if they screw over you and Sam and they just load it with all 15s?
I hope they're aware enough, and I think that they'll put some 16s on the truck.
Yeah, I think so too. But it'd be fun.
And I don't think it's that hard for them to get 16-pound balls over in case there aren't any. So we'll be okay.
Right.
Yeah, they're at
we'll see.
least stocking them for Cooley, and then you're gonna benefit from that.
Yeah, exactly. Cooley just told him, like, look, like, just put like 23 on a booyah. I'll be okay.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, right.
Matt's gonna walk into the truck and they're gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, Sam? What can I get you today?"
Good facts. Yeah, what's the over/under for the year on times people mistake me for Sam, like, accidentally? Like, not the whole meme thing.
I'll set it at the 3.5.
Oh, under.
Here's the thing though, like if you guys were the same height, that would be perfect, but I feel like he's quite a bit taller. No offense.
That's the only difference, though, dude.
I know, but like if you're looking at Sam
Like, if I'm
Cooley,
sitting down, how could you tell? That's where it came from. I was
That's
sitting
true.
down, rather than me standing.
that is very true.
Anyway.
Wait, do you have like flowers on your jerseys too?
No, I don't have flowers on my jerseys.
Okay, because then y'all would be wearing the same thing too.
That's
We
what
have before.
I was gonna say. You guys should get matching jerseys and just surprise everyone one day.
When he was in Arizona, we bowled the Experience. Him and I both had the that blue, just the blue global shirt, and either slacks or pants or something. So we're wearing the exact same thing.
They texted each other before the event and they're like, "Hey, Matt, what you wearing today, mate?"
I might be the least likely person in the world to say that too. That's the funny part. Then we'll be bowling for a double show, and it's like, I don't care what you're wearing. I'm wearing this.
Speaking of doubles, do you guys have partners picked for the doubles this year? Can you speak on that?
I do. I have a partner, Matt. Have anybody chosen?
Yes, but it's not confirmed. there's some shenanigans. So there's a couple potential partners.
Okay, well, I know Duster knows my partner because he was at the RPI bowling with Matt Taylor this year.
You're bowling with Matt Taylor.
Matt Taylor. Yep.
Okay.
Really good player. Very solid.
Yeah, bro. 4-time regional champ. The thing that I like too is he's a businessman. He's a family man. Like and he's older than me, so he's really mature. Has kids. Like, dude's gonna come ready. He's not out partying or anything. He's gonna come to the Rotholman doubles ready. So, yeah, it's gonna be a good year for sure. I like that partner a lot.
And just a great guy, too. I was really glad I got to cross with him at the RPIs. As I was bashing my head against the table at the South Point Plaza, he always had something positive to say and trying to lift my spirits. So.
Yeah,
South
he's
Point wanting someone to bash their head in, no shot.
I don't know. I didn't get to that point this year, thank God.
It's usually
I
from
mean,
the
I
table.
could have when B-Rob threw 3 Brooklyns that one game, but
There you go.
I
Poor
decided
B-Rob,
not to.
bro. Just catching strays out here.
Bro, I saw a video of B-Rob from like 10 years ago at the Masters. He was one-handed. I didn't know that.
No way.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he only started bowling two-handed a few years ago, and I say this all the time, and no one believes me.
Yeah, I was watching one of those like Masters, like A squad highlights or whatever, and he was on there one-handed.
At Carolier, probably.
Yeah, it was Carolier.
Those videos
His
were
rev
the
rate
best.
had to be like way lower.
Yeah, he was at the time a tweener.
Like
Guess-
300.
A little more.
The disrespect.
I say 370.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
What?
Like, there's no way he's swinging it over his head and just smacking on it. There's no way.
What's my one-handed rev rate, Trevor, right now? I drill a ball to fit my hand, and I go bowl league right now. What's my rev rate?
I know the answer.
I don't know because you just threw mine and it was pretty damn low. So it's got to be like 3-0.
310 max.
Yeah, if I can get up to 350 with my thumb in it one-handed, I'd be stoked.
Have you ever seen a video of Duster throwing it one-handed?
Oh God.
No, but I saw him throw my ball, and I think he threw a strike with it
I
at the practice session.
I don't know if I used to throw it better or worse than I would now. I mean, the physical game was solid. I just threw it like a little girl, to be honest.
Here, I'm gonna find the video the moment you made the switch.
I'll
know, the
yeah,
exact thing you
I'll include it in the edit too
I
for
got
the
it on
video.
here.
But
All right, I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. It's freaking
yeah,
about to dry by
allergy
my
season.
nose.
Yep.
Was it
Dude, the cold
2011?
weather here got me.
Yeah, 2011.
2010?
2012, I think, because it was. I was
Oh, I got it.
16 when I switched. Yeah. I was doing trackball reviews on YouTube before it was cool.
I gotta make sure I can. You're like on the approach. You turn around. Am I good to go?
I wanna know which video it is, to be honest.
The exact frame you switched. You know what I'm talking about.
So it was at the TOC in Arizona.
No, I was in California.
Oh. Oh, that is not the moment I switched. I bowled one-handed for another 2 years after that. That's
I
so
know.
cap.
The origin.
But that spare was everything. Like we knew. For the people that don't know the backstory, this was my first ever JBT, which was obviously the big junior tour that Matt and I grew up bowling. It was a team tournament, so it was a triple header. They did doubles Saturday morning, team Saturday night that started at about 8 p.m. and then singles again in the morning at like 10 a.m. So it's basically like an overnight, like a 3-day overnight thing. I only bowled the team tournament. I was like 12 or 13 years old. Yeah, and my thumb is shot. I don't know why. It was only 12 Baker games of qualifying and then some match play, but yeah, my thumb is absolutely shot. I can't even hold onto the ball. Bowling against Kyle King, the JBT greatest of all time, who almost spares the 710 here. And yeah, look at that. Over there talking with Mikey. I'm like, damn, my thumb is shot. Like, I don't know how I'm going to spare this, but I missed a 5-pin in the frame before, so I did not want to try and
The
shoot
lanes
the
are
7.
stripped, by the way. They are stone cold stripped.
Yeah, this is one of those centers that, like, you're throwing either plastic on the fresh or you're, like, 4th or 5th arrow. Like, there's just no oil out on the lane, and I needed to spare the 7-pin, and my team's having a mental breakdown. Jeremy can't fucking believe it. I couldn't either, to be honest. Like, but
Duster threw it like Thomas Larson.
I did throw it a little like Thomas Larson. That's an insult to Thomas, but and then look,
No, dude, Thomas is the goat.
I need the spare. I'm obviously not lined up. Couldn't believe it.
Yep.
And then
Dude, the celebration, though.
you would think I just doubled in the 10th when the U.S. Open.
Ernie Schlegel over there.
Oh, I didn't
Yes!
take my thumb out to shoot a 7-pin, and thankfully I spared it. But we went on to lose the match in Game 3, so that would have been an epic first JBT title. But unfortunately, Kyle went and fucked me over. But
Kyle King.
yeah,
Met him for the first time out in Vegas.
yeah, great dude, great sports bettor as well.
Yeah, apparently.
He had a,
But he did have a bad beat when we were out there. Do you remember that?
tell me, remind me.
It was like Jazz versus Kings, last bet of a parlay. Tried to flip it on the TV. It wasn't on live television. So he
I
was
remember
looking at the
that.
score on his phone.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, dude, the Jazz lost. Oh, wait, no, it just updated. They won."
Oh yeah.
And then it updated again,
back
and they
and
lost.
Oh,
Oh, dude,
my
he was
God.
so mad.
That's you literally watching your money get lit on fire in front of you through a phone screen. You can't even watch the game. You're just trusting the updates and they lie.
Yeah, Duster, how's it feel knowing Kyle hit that parlay on all hockey games?
Was it all hockey? I saw it was only like the first 3 or 4 was hockey, but
Yeah, it was all the hockey games with the underdog plus 1.5, and every single one hit.
puck line. I mean, hockey is the way to go. If you're trying to bet, like hockey's pretty straightforward if you understand hockey. Like there's a lot of variance in basketball and football where like yeah, you can learn like prediction patterns and all that, but it's pretty rare that like a team in hockey that's supposed to win like gets smoked. So
Also, like you said, plus 1.5. I feel like that's pretty good for hockey because the scores aren't that high. So even if they lose by 1, they win. You win the bet. I think
Yeah,
that's
I'm pulling up
sick.
kind of.
they the Spit and Chicklets group, they call it puck line Jesus when that happens, because if there's like an empty netter, well, if a team's down 1 with like 2 or 3 minutes left, the other team's gonna pull the goalie. So yeah, all hockey. The other team's gonna pull the goalie, so if they can score that empty net, then they cover the puck line bet. So they call it puck line Jesus on the empty netter.
Yeah, I forgot about them pulling the goalie.
That definitely adds a little bit of an element to it.
Yeah, a few bad beats, I'm sure.
Kinda
When you're
beat us
winning
in
the
next
bet.
soccer, too. I mean, same kind of scoring pace.
Yeah, I think soccer is a lot of 3 ways though, which is like win, lose, draw, like
Yeah.
because they don't do shootouts in regular season or anything for like the major leagues.
Yeah, you got to take the including draw.
Right.
Bet those.
I've noticed some conversation about wagering in bowling potentially on the horizon. Not that anything's gonna change, but I've read that a lot of people want to talk about it and try and explore the options. What do you guys think? How do you feel about sports betting in the bowling world?
Yeah, I'm all for that, for obvious reasons. But I'm all about that. I think that just encourages more people to get involved. So be it, right? I mean, people bet on stuff like table tennis, overseas table tennis. Well, it gets people watching it at the end of the day. Eventually can help get it on something like DraftKings, right? Where people can bet on TV matches like they kind of had on Fox Bet for a little bit.
You can bet on Call of Duty and Valorant and shit on like the Barstool
Yeah, I had a
Sportsbook and
prize
like
picks
DraftKings.
parlay the other day with Call of Duty games. Like what?
That's so sick.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've never heard of that before.
it's But so I guess more like my question was more kind of referring like how would you implement it in bowling? Like what would you like to see?
Need to be regulated somehow. Probably through some kind of casino versus people just, doing odds in the back of napkins for the what's it called?
But what are we betting on though? Like are we doing like futures, like player of the year? Are we doing does this guy finish in the top 5? Cuz I don't feel like you could just do like let's give everybody in the tournament odds and then you either bet on them to win or you pick the field. Like that's not going to gain any traction. I feel like you would have to find some different like niche categories in bowling to bet on. Like maybe like who's going to be the highest competitor off of Storm Products International this tournament or something like that. Like I don't know. I'm literally just spitballing here.
You know what I would like to see is like they do with individual players. I don't know what it's called, but over-unders, like Belmo. Because if you have, say, every tournament is, or every like smaller event is, 14 games of qualifying, over-under on number of strikes, over-under on average, over-under on placement. Like, you know how they do like... Saquon Barkley, 62.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, or Rajon Rondo, 11.5 assists. Like,
yeah,
no,
it'd be like Belmo, 60 strikes over under or something.
14 games. No, I don't ever think I've heard of that for like a possibility for bowling sports betting. I actually love that. That's something that you could easily do consistently.
I think to get people into it, you'd have to have simple bets first, like, to win, or to top 5, or to make cut, golf. Right, like pretty straightforward bets. That's what gets people in the door. And then getting them from that point to betting the more niche props, like Belmo strikes, or average over the qualifying.
When you say get people in, do you mean like the sports books or like the bettors? Because
both.
Well, because let's be real, like we're talking about bowlers here. We don't need to get anybody on board for gambling and bowling. Literally, guys will gamble dollars, shot for shot, watching league donks if they're just bored and drunk at the bowling alley. So, I think getting the bettors on board is not going to be an issue at all.
Yeah, but think about the market you're targeting. Are we targeting bowlers or non-bowlers? I'm targeting non-bowlers.
I mean,
bowlers will bet everything. We know that.
Clearly, non-bowlers are betting everything too. If sports betting is getting as big as it is now, to the point that you have like sports books in like live event arenas, like Footprint Center in Phoenix, where you can just go to the betting kiosk. Like I think betting is going to attract people to bowling. I don't think it's something we need to do. I think if they see bowling, and they're like, think about us when we see the ping pong games, we're like I'll just throw a 5 on ping pong and I'll go watch. I'm sure somebody's gonna see bowling in the Barstool Sportsbook and be like, oh, bowling. I'll throw 5 on Smallwood because he's got a funny name, and then I'll watch the tournament.
The way to get there is by keeping the bet simple for the time being. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, possibly.
And then to bet stuff like, amount of strikes, that'd be really cool.
That'd be interesting.
I'd look forward to that.
And then maybe in the future we get to, like how on the PGA Tour you can bet like a 3-hole stretch for the 3 guys in the group, like who's gonna have the lowest score for these 3 games of the cross of Simonson, Belmo, EJ, and I don't know, AJ Johnson. Like who has the most strikes throughout their 7-game block, something like that. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potential that we could.
Right, I think that would be dope.
One day. I mean, that's going to be one of the fastest ways to generate money into the sport, no? I mean, think about... I'm not going to say they're connected, because then I'm going to put the tinfoil hat on, but think about how much, like, revenue share there is between the sports books and, like, the professional leagues. Like NHL, NFL, etc. Like, they both make money off each other.
There's a nice profit share between South Point and USBC Nationals, so...
You could have... I'm not going to say it. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I didn't say anything specific.
No, I know. I wanted to, but I gotta keep my good standing with USBC until my league's over, at least.
But it is a good thing that the casino appreciates nationals being held there. I know that.
Oh, I love it. I think South Point and what they do for bowling is not talked about nearly enough. I mean, they named one of the bars in the casino the damn USB-C lounge. Like, that's huge in my opinion. Like the fact that they do as much as they do for bowling and they enjoy it, like kudos to South Point, man. We don't give South Point enough credit. Even though we give them a lot of credit, I still don't think we give them enough for what they do for bowling.
They hook it up.
I mean, they don't need bowling. Like they got the rodeo and they got archery tournaments and stuff and beekeeping and all that. So they don't need us, but they definitely take care of bowling. I saw it one time. I don't know. I don't know if you were there.
Beekeeping there.
No, I don't remember which tournament. I don't even think I was bowling. I think it was something over the summer last year. But I was like, what's the event for this week? And it was nonetheless, it was beekeepers, man. Like, we couldn't go into the equestrian center without like special approval because everyone in there was like a trained like bee professional. This sounds so made up, but it's not bullshit. I actually saw it.
Oh, imagine a disaster of just like hundreds of bees swarming the plaza.
While we're bowling the tournament.
Hey,
Of course.
that would add like an interesting twist onto the bowling, no?
Well, that'd be
Try
hilarious.
and avoid the bees. I'd probably rather have bees up in the bowling alley than the dust that comes up from the rodeo. At least the bees aren't going to affect the approaches.
Yeah, or the smell from the rodeo.
X.
Straight
Horse
shit.
pie, yeah. I'm dead.
Yep. Even that elevator we took every day.
Oh, yeah.
It just smelled like a rodeo in there.
The secret entrance, bro. Which
Yeah, bro.
I'm not telling anybody on the podcast about the secret entrance. If you want to find out about it, either do it on your own accord or DM me privately. Because the second too many people know about the secret entrance and there's nowhere to park during an important weekend, then I'm not happy.
You can't even park there during an event as is, man. There's 200 trucks.
Yeah, I think we got lucky for the RPI actually, because there was no event going on at the equestrian center, so all the bowlers got the VIP parking.
Bro, the other hidden entrance. So you can take that same way for the center. Have you ever gone the other way, like through that little alley?
Yeah, so like, without giving away too many details, the doors that are always unlocked, if you turn right from there and go down the little dungeon, right?
Yeah.
It's
you
like
just
the
get right to
hallway
center.
to where like the hotels are. Yeah, I showed Trevor that back
Who is
entrance from the hotel rooms where you like walk
What are you doing?
down, and that was when he said, I feel like I'm at Hogwarts right now because there's a secret passageway to get everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, maybe that was meant for the bowlers. Who knows?
Well, the part that makes me laugh is the exit from like the hotel like meeting rooms. It says emergency exit only, and I remember the
But it's
first
not being an emergency exit.
time I was taken through there, I was pretty shocked. I was a little scared. I'm like, you're not about to do this right now. Like the alarms are gonna go off. They're gonna come for us, and we just walked right through. So
Yep.
it's a fake emergency exit door for the ones that know what we're talking about.
Let's see how it goes.
So we
Yo,
got. Go ahead, Trevor. Finish up.
I was just gonna say, how many friggin' hot dogs at the plaza did we eat?
I
Dude,
took it light.
those
I
were
think
so
I had like
good.
4 or 5, but I know guys that'll have like 4 or 5 a day when they're there.
Yeah,
So
and shout
easy
out
to
to the
pull
lady that gave us the free ones
That's
when she
right.
was closing.
I remember that because we were ready to pay her and everything, but she's like, I didn't even have money, or she's like, I don't even have like a drawer or anything. So she gave us the dogs. We gave her a tip. Someone was behind us too.
Yeah, it was Steve Taylor.
As I
the
say, Steve
South
Taylor.
Region
Yeah.
Director. Yep.
I think he wanted the hot dogs more than either of us, so I'm glad we were able to get him 1 or 2.
Just got free dogs, man. What the heck?
Yeah. Yep.
It was a good week. What can I say? Just good vibes.
It must be.
It
Jeez.
was.
So we got about 15 minutes left for today's episode. Why don't we go over some of your guys' like goals for the year, albeit bowling, PBA, life, like whatever you wanna talk about.
Okay, that's a good one.
Go for it.
You want me to start? I think my first goal is to make it out of more PTQs than last year. I think last year I made it out of I would say 6 out of the 10. Goal this year is 100% qualifying rate. Yeah, I mean, dude, the bowlers are really good in the PTQs, but they take enough people minus the TOC that I feel like I can make it out of every one. So I think that's goal number 1. That's a dang good question, though, man.
I got a
I
couple.
don't know.
I agree with Trevor. Getting out of most of the PTQs is a big start because that's how you get the points, even if you don't bowl that well in the tournament.
Yeah,
It gives you a chance to win the tournament.
that's what I was
Good.
gonna mention. Is kind of just getting out of the PTQ is probably the best way to get into like the top 75, top 50. I mean, I was
Top 50.
99th last year, and I only bowled like 4 events. I just happened to make it out of all the PTQs. I didn't get a check or anything in any of them, but it's top 100
Right.
without getting a check. Like, clearly there's a lot of points just getting out of the PTQ. Like the value's there. So
Yeah, and if you're PTQ grinding, you're guaranteed one. You're guaranteed 1 tournament? No, 2. No, you're only guaranteed what? The Masters.
In the Roth Ullman, there's no PTQ this year.
There's no PTQ for the doubles.
No.
Good. That's good.
So we're in for the U.S. Open, the Masters, and the doubles at least, and then the
Yeah.
Lucy also if we bowl that. So
Yeah, I mean, sure you can count that.
so
But
we
every
could
other
be in for
tournament,
4. Yeah, and then the World Series counts for 4. So
yeah, that's the
you
most
make
important.
it out of that, then you're in 8 tournaments out of the 14.
Yeah, I'd argue for the World Series that PTQ is more important than any of the major PTQs.
Yeah.
what about for the offline tournaments like the Wichita Open and all that? Do those require PTQs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Springfield, Missouri, Shawnee, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas.
That order?
And then
PTQs.
the Jax ones.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we had Jacksonville, or not Jacksonville, Jackson, Michigan before that.
No, I think Jackson, Michigan's after the Bradley. Bradley's February 25th and 6th. And then what? Kokomo, Indiana? That's the other one of David Small's centers?
Kokomo
Yeah.
says.
Dude, my
Kokomo's
eye
at
is
the end of the year.
giving me some problems today.
you,
good.
you got pink eye or something, Trev? Gotta get that
No,
checked.
dude, my eye is just my eyelid is twitching, so it I don't know.
You probably have like an eyebrow like caught in your eye where it's like bothering
Yeah,
you.
a
but
little
you can't get it out.
eyelash.
Yeah, eyelash. Yeah, that's what
I probably do.
Billy
Yeah.
Eyelash.
But I mean, a goal's top 50, right? Top 50.
Absolutely.
You can get out of all the PTQs. You're guaranteed tournaments. Gives you a really good chance to win the next year. Making a show, that'd be nice, right? Yeah, any kind of top 4, top 5, whatever it is.
Yeah, but hey, now they're televising the match play of a major, so top 24 and you make it on TV.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and I think the TOC has is it the TOC or one of the majors has 12 going to the actual show?
I think it's
Yo,
17.
17. bro.
17. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's some crazy.
It's like
number.
4 shows, I think. Bottom 4 bowl, the winner moves on.
that's
Obviously a
sick.
step ladder.
Let's
Yeah,
just make
dude,
that
that's
show.
crazy.
Is that the TOC?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll skip out on my retirement for the TOC. Considering I tried to drop my card and I still got charged by the PBA somehow, which is very impressive. Considering I removed all my card info from from my R2.
Correct.
But yeah.
They had that on the backup.
I literally sold my soul. Like I'm like, how do I get out? And they just said, you don't. You're stuck here.
Oh, TOC is gettable, man. I only missed the cut by 80 last year. The match play cut.
Yeah, except you were in the cut by 80 after day 1. And that's not a knock because I was in the cut by 60 after day 1 too. Yeah, remember we both bowled really good day 1.
Oh yeah, we bowled good the first day. Yeah, I remember that.
And then my ball didn't hook anymore.
Yeah, they just stopped playing the same, which I guess that's expected.
But it's okay because that altered reality that I drilled for that tournament is one of my best balls easily.
How good did the altered look that week?
Yeah. It's the
I was
big
cheating that
ASIMs. Speaking of reality, though, we can go back to your goals later because I want to talk about my goals too. But the 900
They
global
retired.
900 global reality is the GOAT, and I'm gonna preach that because I love that ball. I've drilled 3 of them. This one that I'm on is very versatile. You go straight, you can hook it. Trevor, you gonna say something?
I was just saying I disagree, but you can go on.
We all can have our opinions, man. But I bowled 780 in our sport league on Monday, and I tried to get out of the reality when I got to like 5th arrow, but I was flat 10, so I said I guess I'll just stay with the one that's striking. I was throwing it over the cap, ball was crossing on like 7th arrow, and for a ASIM solid ball to still store energy from there and go through the pins is world class. So very random, but I love that ball, so I wanted to talk about it. I almost shot 300. I bowled 296 for the first time ever. I got
What was the lead?
690.
Yeah, Matt knows. He knows my miss.
Why when you need it? No shot.
Well, technically, I needed the double for the game, for the point. Like, I was really focused about the point. I didn't give a shit about shooting 300. So I got the double that I needed, and then I just let my guard down. And I thought about putting my name on the sign up at the desk because it's at my home center. We just took all the names down because it's 2023. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm looking to be the second guy on the board for 2023, and then squeeze. And then I got 6 on my fill the exact same way. Game 3 for 275. So I had 296 and 275 in the same set.
It's average
That's
fill.
pretty wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, league's going well. We're 18-2. If I have any bowling related goals for the year, it's win this league because it's one of the most prestigious scratch leagues in California. I think we've talked about it before. It's been around for 30, 40 years. They used to bowl it at 2 bowling alleys because it was so big, and you'd travel between centers, like, between weeks and stuff like that. 4 different patterns. Incredible league. Would love to win it. We got a good team, a good crack this year. So, and then off the lanes, I would like to have a stable life, stable income, hopefully a pretty good career, maybe a secondary source of income, like a podcast or like a stream or something. So that way I can go out and bowl and not feel like I'm bowling because I have to, because I'm trying to provide for myself and my family, but instead just go out and bowl for the love of the game and for the enjoyment. So those are a couple of my goals for 2023.
There we go.
Solid. I don't know.
Robar,
Dude.
25 5-gamers.
Yeah, if I win the 5-gamer every week,
25.
I'll be golden.
I don't know.
You guys said 5-gamer goals. Or 6-gamer, whatever. And win 2 of Zarkov's tournaments.
No comment. The modified pattern open.
You can win them.
No, I can, but I can't win if I don't bowl. So.
That's facts.
Trevor,
Wait, is it China?
No, I mean
Not always
yes.
China.
They're not
They're
meant to
easy,
be.
but they're not the China.
It's just an easier lane surface, to be honest. So it's tough to put out a pattern that like really dictates low scores unless they're like impossible.
It's good bowler easy.
Yeah. Trevor, you should make one of your goals, Trevor. Like shoot 10 300s since you claimed to only have 1 last year, and you're off to a really good start this year.
It's true. And I shot 299 in practice the other day, so coulda had number 3.
Wrap
Like
10.
10?
Yeah, 10. 10. Yeah.
Matt, you're so gross, dude. You have the read on like everybody, and you know their misses.
Map out everyone's tendencies.
Yeah.
You don't do
Hold
that.
on, did you say wrap 10?
I
said
said
flat
wrap.
10.
He said flat.
Yeah, flat 10. Flat 10. I mean, I leave more
Okay.
flat 10s. I have like a 400 rev rate. It
He
just,
up hit it and got it right, and it burnt up. That's what I'm guessing happened.
dude, no doubt.
And then on the hard patterns, you wash out or 2-pin.
It actually was on a pattern. So actually, that's a good point because I practiced on this pattern, and I shot like 1050 for 4. I went 230, and I changed balls every game. First game, purple hammer, 234. Second game, 3D offset attack, 299. Third game, dark web, 248, and game 4 top speed 268. It was unreal. Probably the best I've scored in a while, or ever maybe.
Ever.
For 4 games. Yeah, maybe ever.
Well, okay, so that actually, we can touch on 2 points here, because Matt just mentioned good bowl or easy, and you just said you averaged 260 on a pattern. I just said I averaged 260 on a pattern for 3. Big Mike of the Sweep the Rack podcast, great podcast, by the way, has been really active on Twitter about wanting to do away with the house shots, that the house shots are pretty much baloney. And he asked a question, how many 800s would there be nationwide if there wasn't a house shot and centers elected to put out like a sport pattern, which is obviously a very loaded question, but
It's a loaded question. There's a lot of implications of removing the house shot.
right,
Like
but
you lose 50% of league bowlers.
yeah, because they're whiny babies and don't want to get better, but we don't have to have that discussion.
Are they whiny babies for not wanting to get better?
There's a time and a place. I think there's different kinds of leagues. Some leagues, yeah, it should just be an open house shot. People go to have fun, drink, and
The Vegas
get away
League, yeah.
for 3 hours. But I think if there were more sport patterns to bowl on to the general public and people were serious about getting better at bowling, I think they'd learn. Like you said, good bowl or easy. Just because it says sport shot in front of it doesn't mean it's going to be hard. Even for
Oh yeah,
Been trained
they
to
can be
think, though.
dead China.
like think
But I
of-
mean,
Also,
we
we're
could
trained
get
to
a-
think- Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we can get away from like 20 to 1 and 15 to 1. 8 to 1 is pretty easy, and that's a challenge shot, I guess, or a modified.
I was gonna say, I think 4 to 1 is kind of where we start drawing the line. That it might be getting a little too difficult for the
4 to 1 is
general
too
public.
tough.
But no, 4 to 1's not hard at all. You know that.
Well, you got to think. Once you start getting around 4 or 5 to 1, the zone you have to play becomes a little bit more precise, and it becomes more pattern dictated. So we want to create a 4 to 1 shot that creates the slope around where people play their house shot numbers. They'll be fine. But most 4 to 1 patterns we see say, oh, you have to play right or you have to play left. Like you have to play in this part of the lane.
Even if we're talking like a 46-foot, like 4 to 1, like I feel like that'll let people play the track, and they're gonna have hold. And if
They don't want to play the track. They want to play right.
well,
Yeah,
wanna
you
keep
also
moving
wouldn't
right.
have that friction dead right. So they miss right, it's going to wiggle at them.
Yeah, they don't want to see that either. So I think 5 to 1 might even be too tough.
I mean, I would support Big Mike's opinion of taking away like the 15 to 1 stuff. 20 to 1, like
Or-
I don't know what a house shot is, but
are we just discrediting like the general population for bowlers and automatically assuming that they're not that good and they're not gonna learn? Like, because a lot of the bowlers that I talk to at my local center that I work at, like, they seem very interested in bowling. And when I kind of explain to them that to get better, it's not about how you throw it, it's about learning like the equipment and the lane patterns and all that, they seem to grasp the concept at the very least. Like, putting it in action is going to be a different story, but I think they kind of
Yeah,
know like what they're
I
going to
got a
get
little
into.
different perspective on that because the guys I bowl league with are either retired or they come right after work and this is their one league or one of two leagues they do. I've seen them throw the same ball for the last 7 years. They've never moved their feet in those 7 years, and if like the lane developed left of them, they're just screwed. Like our team has the highest rev rate and we win every game 3 because there's a lot of guys that they have no idea what their adjustments are and they get shut out. If we put out a pattern, it just makes it even worse for those guys. And at that point, they stop having fun, and they'd rather just hit the driving range after work than go lead.
it's a good point. I mean, there are
So, I think-
alternatives, so
We can create more leagues that say this is either a China house shot league or this is a challenge league, right? Not even a sport league, but a challenge, right? Where your average is expected to be about 10 pins lower. But we need a little bit more bridge in between that gap of what people think sport is and what people think house is. And they say, right, we have challenge shots, but that's not what they're used for. They're used for tournaments anyway. So why don't we just have like a 7 to 1 house shot that has a little bit of oil right of 5 and a little bit more flatness in the middle?
Almost like
and
the
just
old
do
Red,
that.
White, and Blue by USBC.
Way harder, or way easier than red ever was. Red was too snappy.
So white.
No, wait. White was the hardest one.
Red was trying to. I thought blue was pretty hard personally.
White
but
hooked every time.
White
had no volume.
The only thing that I remember was we always used to bowl the red, white, and blue tournament at Glenfair, and if you didn't bowl 750 on red, you were behind the pace. And yeah, white at Glenfair was pretty impossible, man. They may as well have been U.S. Open. And then blue was somewhat playable if you played right, and then kind of broke them down a little bit. But
yeah, red was just easy. Right, white was hard, and blue was good bowler easy.
yeah,
Those were like that's the thing though. That's just backwards, right? That's just not backwards. Red is easy, but we need something easier than red, but harder than a house shot. Because house shots are just stripping right of 7. We could put 5 mils out there.
maybe.
Yeah, I think we just need more like challenge pattern shots or leagues, right? So some of the league bowlers that bowl in the China can bowl some of the harder but not impossible type leagues or patterns,
Yeah,
and not have to join a tournament like on a weekend.
and leagues can vote. Say, hey, do we want to make this a challenge league? And most of them will say no, but some of them will say yes, and it'll grow.
Yeah,
And then you just create another league, I guess.
I think hand holding the open play bowl, or not open play, but like the recreational league bowlers, should I say, and catering to 100% of their interests and not looking at like the bowlers that want to truly get better or the people that just want to get better in like the recreational league environment. I think, like you said, building the bridge for them and starting to differentiate is probably the first step.
Yeah, and we've tried a few times with moderate success, but I think it could be better.
Yeah,
We want to think again, what are we accomplishing with this? How is this good for the game?
just get more competitive bowlers, to be honest, because I think, yeah, the three of us know that the best way to get better is to go bowl against the best bowlers you can find and get your dick kicked in over and over again. But most people, that's not very like appealing, especially if there's a financial investment involved and you're not getting anything back other than experience. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah,
It
no,
makes it hard, man.
a lot of good talking points today. I do think we have to wrap it up though. You guys got to get ready for the U.S. Open. Like you said, pretty busy week going on.
Yeah. Leaving for Vegas tomorrow, and it'll be the last time I'm in Arizona for a little bit. So,
It's too hot
stuff.
there anyway, man.
In Arizona? Bro,
It's probably 78 degrees in Arizona right now.
All I know is I'm sitting in this room in Florida and I'm sweating.
it's
I
62
do have a
in
jacket
Phoenix.
on.
62 feels like 42.
All right, let me see what it is here.
I say
It's got to be a little warmer than that.
62 in Phoenix. It's 69 in California. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's 58 degrees here, but it's sunny, and the sun is beating right on me, so it feels like 78.
We had a freeze warning like 3 days ago. Like people's windshields had frost on them. The roads were icy. Like, bro, it's Arizona. Like,
Have you guys tried?
85.
Have you guys tried just driving and letting your windshield defrost?
No, Arizona drivers don't know how to do that. They're incapable.
So
Alright, that's
on
reasonable.
next week, it's going high of 81, 80, 83, 81, 81, 76, 75. So it's getting hot here next week.
Well, on
right
that
now,
note,
it's pretty nice.
pack your parkas, boys, and I hope you enjoy the nice cold weather up in beautiful Indianapolis.
Thanks, man.
Sure.
Appreciate that.
And
We're back around then.
reminder, if you haven't already, check out our YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, etc. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we look forward to bringing you the next episode. Boys, bowl well next week. Wishing you lots of strikes, lots of spares, especially at the U.S. Open.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And a good tournament.
We'll be keeping everybody
Sweet.
updated.
I'll see you out there, man.
See you on Monday, brother.
And I'll see you guys online.
Sure.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace out. Thanks for listening.
See ya.
All right.